Hey guys, how's it going? Yasir Khan here, and in this video I will be discussing whether high-paid professions such as doctors, physicians, lawyers, investment bankers, dentists, whether these professions enable people to make a lot of money or if that's not the case. Okay, so this is going to be a fairly interesting video because no one really discusses this kind of stuff. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing to understand is that society, there's an understanding within society that all these professions that I just mentioned are highly coveted, and they are. Okay, they are. That's just how things have evolved over the past 100 years or 200 years, and it has just ensured that if you study really hard, um, and you get there finally, then the understanding at least is that you'll earn a lot of money. Okay, whether that is the case or that isn't the case is a separate discussion, which I'll get into a little later on. Here's how much, generally speaking, how much doctors, dentists, lawyers, the really successful ones make every year. It's between $300,000 to $600,000. Okay, if they're really, really successful, they might hit the $800,000 per year mark. All right. But here's the thing, all of these professions, people working in these professions, they are trading time for money. I keep saying that because this is really important to understand. There's a difference between working for money and making money work for you. Okay, 98% of people around the world are working for money. Okay, so this is why there's a cap on the income that people can earn, because there are only 24 hours in a day, and if you're trading time for money, there's only so much you can do. And secondly, you are earning earned income. Now, if you recall, I just mentioned that the really successful high paying jobs of doctors, dentists, whatever it might be, are between $300,000 to $600,000 a year, right? Sometimes they might hit the $800,000 per year mark. Here's the problem. When you go over, well, it depends on the country that you're in, but when you go over $200,000 a year in income, more than 50% of that goes to tax anyway, right? I have never had a single person say that, well, I earn this much and it's a pretty decent amount, but I get killed on taxes, which, and the taxes are more than 50%. Never has anyone said that to me. I've never heard anyone say that, because people are fixated on how much money they make without accounting for, without discussing or factoring in how much taxes they're paying, right? So that physician or surgeon who might be earning $800,000 a year is not earning $800,000 per year. Okay? They're probably earning, they're taking home less than 50% of their actual salary. So it could be somewhere around $375,000 per year. Now, you could still argue that that's still a lot of money. And sure, it is. But the problem is that in order to become a surgeon, a doctor, a really successful physician, a really successful dentist, a really successful lawyer, investment banker, whatever it is, you have to study a lot first. You have to be under constant stress, and sometimes you have to work 12 to 16-hour days. This is especially the case with investment banking. Okay, so there is a trade-off. There's a it depends on what you would like to do, right? If you're comfortable making a lot of money and paying more than 50% of it in taxes and working over 12 hours a day just to make that money, that's your call, right? Personally, I wouldn't want that to happen to me, because I value my free time and the ability to do whatever I want to do whenever I want to do it. I value that more than working 12 hours a day, right? And paying a lot in tax. So please understand that there are two sides of the story. Society generally just does not talk about how much we will pay in tax, because most people, 97% of people by definition, are either in the middle class or they're I shouldn't be saying this. It sounds a little weird, but maybe, they're poor. Okay, 3% are actually wealthy, and those 3% know how taxes really work. So for a person who's actually truly wealthy will understand that it's not just earned income that I can make money on, right? For the rest of the society, the only way they know of in terms of making money is trading time for money. In other words, earning earned income. I know it's a tongue twister. The rich person would know that there's earned income, portfolio income, and passive income. Passive income, if you do everything correctly, and if you do everything the right way, will not get taxed more than 5 or 10%. And that's a big, huge difference. That's why Warren Buffett, who is one of the richest men in the world currently, with over $80 billion in net worth, is paying a very low tax rate on his earnings, because he's not earning earned income. He's not trading his time for money, right? So once again, please don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying that becoming a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, whatever it might be, is not the right thing to do. If this is what you want to do, by all means, go for it, right? But please understand that, first of all, you'll have to study really hard in order to get there, and you'll have to work really hard to become successful. And once you're really, really, really successful, then you'll have to pay a lot in taxes. Okay, I'm an investor and a business owner, and a big part of how I set my companies up and how I do investments is to make sure that I don't pay a lot in taxes legally, of course. I mean, the government has given us a guideline saying that if you do this, you will pay more tax. If you do this, on the other hand, you will not pay a lot of tax, right? Unfortunately, when you're doing a job, when you're doing the 9 to 5 and trading your time for money, you cannot reduce your taxes unless you contribute to your retirement plan, or RRSP as they're called in Canada, or 401ks as they're called in Canada, in the US, sorry, right? So once again, there's a trade-off to everything. I guess that the reason why I wanted to make this video is because people need to have a thorough understanding of how much tax they would be paying. Okay, as an example, my dad used to earn a lot because he was a senior mechanical engineer at a multinational company. Okay, but the problem is that he was paying 48% in taxes, right? That's a lot. That's almost 50%. And this is something I don't personally agree with. I understand that this is how it's supposed to work, but not if you have your own business, or if you're an investor, or if you understand how money works. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. I don't think I have any other material to cover. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'll be making, as always, I try my best to make one video every day, because there's a lot of topics. There's so many topics that I'd like to cover, and every single day I come up with a couple, 2 or 3 new topics, and I write them down, and the next day I start making videos on it. So if you want me to make a video on anything specific, please mention that in the comments. And if you really like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.